Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back to another live stream. This is a little bit of an unusual timing for a live stream, and that's because of a rumor that just came from the Biden White House. We're going to talk about this new tax and what it's doing to markets. Also, I might look a little red in the face. That may be because I just came back from working out. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into first of all how the market is responding to what's happening here. We saw the initial impact of this take foothold during the course member live stream this morning. Just keep in mind if you want to join those, that link is down below. We do fundamental analysis deep dives every day and answer your questions, plus all the lifetime access to all the lectures you get. Use that coupon code expiring soon, link down below. Okay, let's get into first how markets are reacting. So first of all, we're seeing big digital assets, a huge U-turn again here. Big digital assets went green for the day, down another 10%. Fisker went to 5%. Now it's down 9.5%. Riot and Marathon, these were both around 5 to 10%, now plummeting. We've got Arcimoto down 7%. Voyager Digital down. Keep in mind, cryptocurrencies are affected by this new tax too. So we'll talk about this tax. But yeah, this is not so great. We've got and this is a big move to the downside for a lot of stocks here. Coinbase hit a low of 290. It was hovering around 309. Things were starting to look on the up and up. We had our second green day in a row with yesterday, and the SPACs were coming back. Tesla was coming back. Everything was coming back. Churchill was up 4%. Now it's down 2.8%. Tesla was up about what, 0.25% or something. It was pretty flat. Now it's down 2.5% to 724. Qualcomm down 2.5%. Shopify down. The airlines were up. Now the airlines are down. We've got Zillow down. We got Canoe down. We've got Wind down. Xpeng down. Home Depot down. Literally everything. It seems to be down. There are things that are up. In fairness, there are things that are up. Apple down. It was up in the day. Pinterest was up in the day. It's down now. Bitcoin has actually fallen a chunk here. It went from about 54.9 to about 53.4 right now. Seems like we might be on a little bit of a down. Yeah. Definitely. If you look at the 1 minute chart here, you could really see that plummet in Bitcoin, folks. Look at that plummet in Bitcoin here, just in the last hour or so here. We've got some green still surviving. The biggest greens are still Nikola, after their big CNBC talk this morning. A lot, level-headed person on talking about the future of Nikola. Great. Still a SPAC, so it's still part of the SPAC attack. It's up 13%. You got Zom, momentum play, up 10% here. Solar Edge and Enphase are still up, although they've paired gains. Hyliion is up 5%. API... let's see, API, Cheesecake, Cloudflare, some other miscellaneous stocks up a little bit here. Matterport's up 1.9, but we've definitely, Peloton's up 1.2. But we've definitely seen a good 2 to 3% shave off the market almost instantly here. And so we're going to talk about, is this a buy the dip opportunity? What the heck is going on? And in order to do that, we really need to start by talking about what this is. So Bloomberg reported this. Bloomberg snagged a leak on this. We do not have all of the details yet. This is very, very, very important to know. When you get leaks from the White House like this, yes, these are things that could end up being proposed, but usually the devil is in the details. Devil being in the details who knows? Sometimes it could be worse. Sometimes the angel's in the details. I don't know. At this point, the market is just freaked out because all we have is Bloomberg reporting saying that President Joe Biden will propose almost doubling the capital gains tax rate for wealthy individuals to the ordinary income tax rate. Now, I'll explain why this matters if you're not a wealthy individual in just one moment. But in essence, the capital gains tax for wealthy folks would be gone. There will be no more capital gains tax. So that means for somebody making over $1 million a year, which is obviously 1% of the population, they're not going to care anymore about long-term capital gains because there won't be long-term gains. That won't exist anymore. So instead, you would be paying 39.6% plus the investment taxes, like the 3.8% from Obamacare right here. That's the 3.8% tax on investment income. That would be on top of that 39.6%, which would mean that some individuals, once you make over $1 million, if you have $1 of capital gains, $1,000 of capital gains, $1 million of capital gains, or $50 million of capital gains, your tax rate, whether it's long-term or short-term, will be 43.2%. Personally, I can't wait to see the details of this because this is going to have huge implications, in my opinion, for private equity, for venture capital. You're going to have big implications for, it doesn't make more sense to invest in a C corporation than individually, because individuals are just getting now wealthier individuals are getting reamed with no benefit to having a long-term mindset for stocks anymore. So keep in mind, why does this affect individuals throughout? Well, obviously, you saw the stock market pull back. Why? Because think about it. Hedge funds, investment advisors, family funds. These are all people highly affected. Big firms with highly paid analysts. These are all companies that or people who get battered by this. And they have lots of money in stocks. And so that could be why we're seeing this potential move here. I do believe a lot of this probably, in addition to some panic from individuals, is also going to be algorithmic. We're going to see a lot of push by computers. Okay, we got bad news here. Sell, sort of amplifying this dip. So I do believe that this dip we're seeing right here is a little bit of an overcorrection. This tax increase doesn't affect you unless you don't make more than $1 million, but or doesn't directly affect you, but it does affect you if all of a sudden we have lower stock market returns. Because now all of a sudden, does it make more sense? And this is the crazy thing. Does it make more sense to invest in real estate than stocks? Think about that. Does it make more sense to jump into real estate than stocks for wealthy individuals? Well, let's see. If you make money on stocks and you sell, you pay, basically, you're giving away half, 43.8%. If you're blessed to live in the state of California, where you now pay Biden's new tax, let's say you make over $1 million, you pay Biden's new tax of 43.4%, plus you pay California's 13.9 or 4 or whatever percent it is, you're sitting at 57% in taxes that somebody in California is paying at this rate. This means you make a really good YOLO bet and you make a crap ton of money because you were right in the markets. You're giving more than half to the government. That's going to, in my opinion, that's going to dissuade people from the stock market. That will take people from the stock market and say, you know what? No thanks. We're going to have less of an allocation to stocks and possibly real estate. Why real estate? Because, folks, you already know the answer to this if you're in the Stocks and Psychology Money Group. You already know the answer to this if you're in the real estate investing course, because we go deep on this kind of stuff. We go deep on these strategies. But just superficial here, a little overview. It's very, very simple. In real estate, if you sell, you could just exchange to another piece of real estate and never pay the frickin' taxes. It's great. Absolutely incredible. But this is an issue. This is definitely an issue. This is very, very high. Now, this is just rumored right now. Obviously, we expect Joe Biden to come out with his plan. Keep in mind, Joe Biden has frequently mentioned that he is willing to compromise. I can't see even 50 Democrats in the Senate going for this. I think that would be a little bit of a surprise to see 50 Democrats go for this. I mean, think Kyrsten Sinema, think Joe Manchin. Do we really expect they're going to go for this extreme of a move on the capital gains movement here? This is a pretty big move here. Obviously, stocks slid, a substantial slide on this news here. Things were going good. Now they're not. The proposal could reverse a longstanding provision of the tax code, the tax return, right, whatever. Well, I've kind of already explained this. The official proposal is expected to be released next week as part of the American Families Plan. We've been waiting for this sort of part 2 of the infrastructure plan to come out. We were told that this plan would be released 2 weeks ago. Like literally 4 weeks ago, we were told that it would come out 2 weeks ago. It never came. Here we are 2 and a bit weeks late, and now we're expecting this plan to be released next week. So things keep sort of getting delayed on this. But yeah, right now, I think markets are responding certainly to the downside on this. I don't believe that markets fully believe this will actually pass. I don't think this has an incredibly high chance of passing. But I mean, it's like I'm not going to put it at 90% likely of happening. Oh, here you go. See, for Californians, it would be 56.7%. Okay, so I was close. That means it was third for California. But anyway, yeah, the New Yorkers would be paying 52%. Californians would be paying 56%. Pretty high. And that's definitely going to make a move here in the market. And again, we do not have further details of this because this is really just a leaked rumor. We do not have more information on this, though we are expecting more information on this. Bitcoin is continuing to trend down on this news. Keep in mind, Bitcoin is taxed. Someone says they've never seen Kevin so worried before. Oh, don't worry. I'm not red because I was crying off this news. Not at all. I was working out. I was exercising. Don't mind me. Okay, so, geez, man. Look at this. Riot accelerating. Voyager evaporating. Marathon down almost another 10%. I mean, literally, all of the Uno reverse that we had in the last 2 days, literally, Joe Biden just removed that. Is what it is. Can't predict that. So there go the YOLO options to the red. the good old YOLO options just got YOLO burned. Thanks, Joe Biden. Now we'll see. Obviously, the market is trying to evaluate the additional details of this. We are seeing the market sort of trend down. I'm going to start trying to look for a stabilization here. Let's grab the SPY here. So S&P is stabilizing a bit. It's been stabilizing kind of since we started talking here on the live stream. Maybe Meet Kevin just needed to talk some sense into everyone. No, I don't know. But you could see the substantial movement here from the SPY, for example. You see the first plummet, and then you kind of see the second wave plummet that we had over here. A little bit of the bull trap over there, if you want to say that. Pinterest, same movement down. We still haven't shown that real consolidation yet here. We could actually continue to slip into the close here. Not so good. Obviously creates a hot political environment. Also more bad news for Tesla. Hold on a sec. She might be talking about
inaction. We've seen some top line proposal or top line details, as you all have reported on. We're looking forward to reviewing the details of the proposal. We would expect the next steps would be a full briefing and conversations on a staff level that will continue over the coming days, and an exchange of ideas from there. And then I would expect that you should all expect the president to invite members to the White House soon after the joint session address. But we certainly welcome any good faith effort and certainly see this as that. But there are a lot of details to discuss and a lot of exchanges of ideas to happen over the coming days. Go ahead.
Is President Biden going to extend his call for Americans to wear masks beyond 100?
Yeah, I mean, look, sure, when we say leak, it is expected to be an accurate leak. It does rhyme with what Joe Biden has talked about during his candidacy. I agree. I think this is a little bit of an overreaction, but this is pretty rough. So absolutely. Let's see here. Let's listen in more.
CDC changed its guidance right now that says that vaccinated Americans should be wearing masks when they're outdoors, when they're outside.
Okay, they're still talking about masks at the moment. So let's go ahead and go back to the sticks here. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, the gains of yesterday are gone. Bye. At least we had the gains yesterday. Could you imagine how freaking crappy we would feel right now if we didn't have the green of yesterday and today, this morning, to insulate this crap? I mean, it would have just literally been down on top of down. I almost wonder if Biden waited for the market to have a couple green days to dump this news. But yeah, this is a little rough. Market's still trying to figure out exactly how to respond to this. We got a little bit of that consolidation now. The market pricing in this, what I would say maybe call this a 2 or 3% movement to the downside on most stocks here. Can we call this Bitcoin under 53 now? If this is a 2 to 3% movement, do we consider this fully priced in? Maybe, because this seems like it could potentially be a little bit of an overreact. We'll see, obviously, when we get the details. I think the details will be very, very important to see when. I think the biggest detail is going to be when is this going to take effect? Because we don't know the answer. Is this going to take effect in 20? Hold on one sec here. Yeah, I think if they come in and say this tax is effective 2021, I think you're going to see another sell-off. I think that would be very rough because retroactive taxes usually aren't so spectacular. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah. So, sorry, I got an important message. Anyway, what am I trying to say? If this package gets revealed and they say 2021, when this capital gains tax goes into effect, I wouldn't be shocked if you see potentially some more selling as people potentially try to balance out gains that they have had with losses and start trying to adjust to anticipate that that quick hit. If this is a 2022 adjustment, which I would expect it to be, a retroactive tax is very frowned upon. But if this is a 2022 plus thing, then at least it gives people the opportunity to plan. And I think this will have a more muted impact, which would be very good. So write that down. Okay, that's what you're going to want to look for next week. You're going to want to understand, is this a 2021 or a 2022 tax? Somebody here says he's leveling the playing field. Absolutely, that is what he's attempting to do. Whether or not that works or it ends up hurting investment, hurting entrepreneurship, who knows? Those are their arguments on both sides, right? So really everything has moved down. So I can't say that there's a big move to one side. Somebody here says 2023. Where did you see that? I will give the Bloomberg article a quick refresh. So let me listen to Saki for a moment, see if she's got an update.
That your children and your grandchildren have opportunities in these industries that are growing. But this is already where the private sector is going. This is already where the jobs are in the future. So what we're really questioning now is how we can incentivize and how we can prepare the economy and opportunities for the next generation.
Go ahead. Thanks, Jen. You just mentioned, and Secretary Kerry mentioned, the fact that the market is already heading towards electric vehicles. There's no turning back from that. It's an unstoppable force. If that's the case, why should taxpayers pay for 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations? Isn't that something that will get taken care of by the market?
You know, I think there's a role for government to play. Our view, the president's view, is there's a role for government to play to incentivize, to ensure that there is continued movement in this direction. But there's also a great deal, a lot of the investment that's in the American Jobs Plan is about ensuring that there are industries and jobs that are created in sectors in the future to help the next generation survive and prosper.
Okay, I'm going to pause on Saki here. I do not see any mention of a 2023 anywhere, and I'm looking for it. So if somebody can give me a source for 2023, then, but I don't believe that. I think 2023 is too late. I would expect it to be, a 2022. So, of course, 2020. Well, okay. So we have a lot of speculation in terms of what it might be, but we don't actually have the details yet here. All right.
That I've read this morning, seen on on Twitter. But you know, the president is somebody who will be the first in history to create 1 million jobs in his first 100 days in office. He's on track for that, in our view. And a lot of these critics are the same people who advocated for the policies of the last administration, in the last president who oversaw an economy that lost more jobs than any president since Herbert Hoover. It's quite a name. So join us on the journey.
All right. There are so far, I do not see any extra details coming from Bloomberg. I will check also the Bloomberg terminal. We'll go into the terminal. In the meantime, we're still trying to find that bottom here on the market right now.
Doubling essentially the capital gains rate for high-income Americans. Can you tell us any more about that plan? And
Please.
Do you have any concerns that would discourage long-term investing?
This could move the market.
We're still finalizing what the pay-fors look like. But I will say that the president's calculation is that there's a need to modernize our infrastructure. There's a need to invest in childcare. There's a need to invest in early childhood education and making our kids and the workers of the next generation more competitive. And he should propose a way to pay for it. His view is that can be on the backs of the wealthiest Americans who can afford it, and corporations and businesses who can afford it. And his view and the view of our economic team is that that won't have a negative impact. There are alternative views, or there are proposals that don't exist yet on how to pay for it. That will be a part of the discussion. But he stays firm to his commitment to not raise taxes on Americans making under $400,000 a year, and he'll have a range of proposals on how to pay for his plans to invest in education and childcare.
Got it. And then finally, can you tell us anything about these reports that the Pentagon has been investigating suspected directed energy attacks likely by the Russians against U.S. troops?
Well, I believe the head of a very high-level member of the military spoke to this and denied those accusations or allegations, and said there were no. He did not have any evidence of those reports, and that's in.
Okay, we're going to back off that for a moment. Let's go ahead and jump to the sticks here. So no additional details there from Psaki. Not a terrible surprise. I'll get more details. Maybe we'll circle back to more details later. All right. Well, that's a bummer. All right. So short term, more bad news. It's just what we need in this market right now. This market has just been garbage. The last 2 months have sucked. It's actually been about 2 months now. Isn't that crazy? 2 months and 2 days here. So I'm trying to see if Bloom term is going to give us any more insight here. But I believe this is the same right now as the front page of the Bloomberg. It is. No additional details. Come on, Laura Davison. Come on, Allison. We need some more deets. Where are the deets? I don't know. Okay, Bitcoin trying to stabilize again above 53,000, but did also have a sell-off move here. Ethereum fell as well off of its highs today. We fell from about, we hit a peak price there of about 26.46. Right now we are down about $120 off of that peak at about 25.46 at the moment. UiPath still holding on to some nice gains there after its offering yesterday. Enphase climbing. So we're seeing a recovery right now. Very good. Very good to see recovery. Doge still stuck at 29. Dogecoin did not make a movement on Doge Day. We got ChargePoint moving back up. Okay, so we're seeing some recovery here. I know Tesla and Riot and Block and some of these were particularly affected. Let's see, Riot not seeing a good recovery here. Fisker's trying to recover, though. He's having a bad day here. Voyager Digital had a disastrous sell-off after that news, trying to recover. We've got Coinbase still sitting at 295. Really rough here. Boy, oh boy, I'm tempted to plow into some shares of Coinbase. In fact, you know what? Oh, crap. I don't have my phone. Darn it. Can I go to Robinhood.com? Robinhood.com. I've never used Robinhood.com. Whatever. I'm not even going to bother right now. I'll do it afterwards. So remember, any trades that I make, I always put out an exact alert with what I bought or sold in the Stocks and Psychology Money group, which is really just a free bonus in addition to obviously the lectures that you get in the program, the live streams and so on. Anyway, let's see if anything else is recovering. No, Credit Suisse, no. Big sell-off here on the minute. American Airlines got pummeled and it's staying down. Tesla struggling to try to recover here. Not so good. Not so good. Let's see Psaki for a moment.
I just want to circle back on Russia again. So
nope, talking about Russia. Circle back, Psaki. All right, what else? Lockheed, Canoe, SPAC's getting whacked again. Yeah, Churchill Capital's recovering. See, Churchill Capital recovering. Looks like we did hit about a bottom, and we are recovering. So we do have a trend of recovery if you're a trader. Hopefully you've already caught some of this trend, but we are seeing a little bit of a recovery here after the shock of this news. Remember, this doesn't really affect, my guess is 99% of you watching. This does not affect you directly. This really affects the 1%. This affects you indirectly with stock pricing, though. So if you are a trader, this is something to consider, but we are seeing a little bit of a recovery here. So Kevin going to pay over 40% or more. How do you feel about that? Yeah, it's actually going to be over with thanks to California. It'd actually be almost 60% that I would be paying. I'm rounding, okay, be like 57%. But I will be very transparent here. I will probably, depending on when this happens, I probably won't be able to do options short of just like day trading, but like my big YOLO on the options. I my plan was to let it sit for a year and milk long-term capital gains. Joe Biden just destroyed me of about 20% of those returns if that plan passes, which is obviously disappointing. It probably means I'm going to rotate out of my options sooner. Next time we get a big rally, I'll probably circle out, especially with this cap gains tax on the horizon. We'll see when it takes effect. Another factor, but it's obviously not ideal. Yeah, that it does change the formula for some longer term plays. All right, so what else? You moved to Puerto Rico, I know, right? Introducing me, Kevin, live from Canada. Yeah, let's go back to Saki for a moment. What else he plans to unveil at his joint address?
Well, he is currently thinking through what priorities he wants to focus on in the joint address. He certainly recognizes that this is an opportunity to speak directly to the American people, one of the highest profile opportunities that any president has in their first year in office. So core of that will be him laying out the specifics of the American Families Plan, his commitment to childcare, to education, and to delivering on those priorities and middle-class priorities, and ensuring that there's an investment in economic security from the federal government.
This is more generic here, so let's see here. So, Tesla down now 2.3%, recovering a bit, certainly recovering from the lows of the day. So we are getting a recovery in the market. Let's see here. U-Time trying to recover. Coinbase trying to recover from its 290. GameStop's trying to recover. Voyager Digital is on a recovery path. So we had a little bit of a buying opportunity here if you had opportunity or if you had money available. For me, I'm a little bit on standby, mostly because I'm pretty happy with the way my portfolio is set right now. I don't need to plow in, though I did add more this morning. Obviously, had I not added this morning, could have used that funding to buy this frickin' dip. But who would have known that would have come out from Biden? You can't predict that. Charts don't tell you that, and fundamental analysis doesn't tell you that. It's called politics, and you just don't know what's going to happen. But it does look like, in all fairness, it does look like things are trying to recover. I don't know if we're going to get back to session highs of the day. Honestly, that would be the craziest U-turn if everybody just panicked on this and we get a full recovery here. My margin is paid off, Chris. I moved into options, 27% into options now. So, yeah, very, very incredible here. If this passes, will I leave California? I think it means more real estate, folks. Honestly, like I would rather, in some sense, like people are like, oh, but the cash flow in California real estate's so low. Yeah, well, I don't want to pay 60% on my cash flow anyway. So I'll take low cash flow, buy in very high quality appreciating areas, coastline real estate, and essentially never pay taxes via the 1031 exchange. So there are some cool opportunities there with real estate. But wow. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? I think we're pretty stable right now on the sticks. They are trending back up, which is good. I'll look at the SPY and we'll take a quick peek at the Dow. SPY trying to recover. Dow Jones Industrial. Dow Jones. What do they show it as on Webull? Dow Jones Industrial Average. I mean, they're not recovering as well. Let's listen to, okay, Saki is done. Never mind. Jen Psaki's done. Take a peek at the term. No particular news here. Investors selling everything on capital gains plan. You don't frickin' say. You don't say. Traders are piling into the options market to bet on or protect against further surges in agricultural commodities. Selling pressure in stocks is accelerating with only a handful of telecom shares in the green. Corn surges. Okay, this is about capital gains is probably off. Let's see here. Okay. I'm furiously Googling stuff like Joe Manchin's thoughts on capital gains. No kidding. He's the only Lord and Savior right now for rich people, and Kirsten Sinema. The closest I find, let's see if we can help him out. Make no mistake, financial one. Let's see if we can help him out. Let's get Kirsten Sinema. Let's see, Kirsten Sinema, capital gains tax, tax reform on the issues. Cap, nope. Okay, no mention here. Okay. Cap. Oh. So that's not good right here. Kirsten, according to AmericanCrossroads.org, Kirsten Sinema says, and this is looks like it's older, right? This is an older one, but in the past, looks like from 2006, Sinema said she would greatly increase income tax for those making over $75K a year, as well as capital gains tax and corporate taxes. So I guess we're stuck with Joe Manchin. Capital gains tax. You do not have to pay taxes if you sell your real estate if you do a 1031 exchange. Talk to a CPA. I'm not a CPA, and I'm certainly not your CPA. Let's see. I gotta get Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin. Capital gains. Oh, please, with a pop-up, Hill. Oh my gosh. Seriously, autoplay videos now too? Hill, you're killing me. Okay. Capital gains tax. No, I don't see anything on Manchin. Yeah, surprisingly, here we go. Manchin box. This is all we have. Nothing on capital, though. Do we have capital? No. Nothing on capital gains, but we have Manchin balking at the corporate tax rate going up to 28%. But we already knew that. So we don't have any insights right now on Manchin's opinion on the capital gains tax. And I think that's what kind of everybody is looking for. Joe Manchin, I'm going to do a little revised search here. Raise capital gains. Let's see if we can just search that. Raise capital gains. Called Biden to Joe Manchin. It would. Joe Manchin. Okay. What is this? Manchin. Manchin's not even on this page. Yeah, this is pretty crappy. Here's what do we have here? Manchin. Nobody's got quotes from Manchin. You got to be kidding me. Okay, here we go. So this was ending the filibuster. Manchin says he would vote against that. We already know that. Yeah. No good info on Manchin. No wonder. We're all wondering what's going on with Manchin's opinions on this. So this is going to be the big question is, do we actually expect this to pass? And I think it's going to come down to the moderates. It's going to come down to those in the middle, like the Joe Manchins. Let's see. Ask Joe Manchin for an interview. Politicians don't seem to respond, honestly. Okay, because I have tried before. But you know what? Let's do it, and let's all retweet it, okay? We got to know. We got to know. Let's tweet them up right now, okay? Here we go. Man. All right, here we go. At Joe Manchin. Sometimes they have two. Let's see. Manchin. Senator Joe Manchin. No, I think that must be his only one. Joe Manchin. Okay, cool. What should we say? Hey, Joe Manchin, would you be open to an interview on YouTube to discuss Joe Biden's infrastructure plan, future stimulus, and capital gains taxes? Hashtag capital gains. We would love to host you. Yeah, I think that's nice. What do you think? I didn't call him a paper hander. Yeah, so I think that's fair. Yeah, if you do me a favor, left. Oh, look. Oh, Sarah Eisen's trying to beat me to it. Does Joe Manchin support this? Sarah, we can't let Sarah beat us to this. Although I will give Sarah a heart. No. This one. Retweet this one, not Sarah's. No, I'm just kidding. You could retweet Sarah's too. If Joe Manchin comes on CNBC, that's fine too. But yeah, wow. We got to know. So do me a favor. If you want to know the answer to that, retweet this, quote retweet it. We need Joe Manchin talking on this capital gains issue, because capital gains right now is trending. We'll have to stand by for more information. We do not have more information right now, other than obviously the market having adjusted downwards. Going back to the sticks momentarily, because Jen Psaki didn't give us more insight. It does look like some of the market is trying to recover. The Dow Jones Industrial Average trying to recover here. We'll go ahead and hit the SPY. SPY also attempting a recovery. We've got Tesla that got hit almost 3% on the decline, now to about 2.29%. So also attempting a recovery here, but definitely a slap in the face on the stock market as well. So, folks, we'll have to stand by and see how the rest of this plays out. Again, mark your calendar for next week when Joe Biden speaks on this. Are we going to see this capital gains tax increase take effect 2021? Or will it be as of 2022, or some kind of mixture where it's like July of 2021 or whatever? I would imagine it'd be for some kind of full year. It'd be complicating otherwise for your taxes. Anywho, appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I will be back for a market closing live stream probably in about 45 minutes. Gonna go have some lunch. Check out the courses link down below. Remember, you can use that expiring coupon code, and you can bundle it with other programs as well. So if you're thinking, maybe I got to diversify into real estate too, seriously, consider getting the Zero to Millionaire program. Bundle it up with the stocks program. Very useful. And if you get your deal into escrow, we'll even do an analysis on your real estate deal and let you know if you're overpaying or not. All right, folks, thanks so much for being here.